Welcome to a video tutorial on the primary source for Daoism by Laozi. Read the source note. The book Dao Ji or Dao Ji, these are, you'll see sometimes Dao is spelled with a T, sometimes with a D. Just over time, translations have changed. More recently, people have come to spell it with a D, but you can see like this source is from 72 is when it was printed, and they spell it with a T. So, but it's the same book, it's just anglicized in a different way. So the book is traditionally credited to a mysterious character named Laozi, meaning old master. However, some historians believe it may have been written by multiple authors. Written during the period of warring states, the authors wanted to restore peace, order, and tranquility to the world. And the number in the brackets is representing the chapter number. That is just for reference. You don't actually need to cite it. However, remember that when you are citing evidence from this text, you use Laozi in parentheses. Before we begin, I'm going to go over some vocabulary that is found in the slide presentation, and then we'll be back to the DBQ packet. Laozi vocabulary. So this vocabulary will help you better understand some of the information that you will read about in the source. Exalt is a verb meaning praise or celebrate. Deploy, organize or send out, especially used in the context of an army or military. Acquire, get or come to have. Prohibitions, laws that stop something from being done. Foment, cause something bad or provoke harm. Adroit, or sometimes pronounced adroit, meaning not clever or skillful. Ordinance, laws. Promulgate, meaning to make either ideas or beliefs known to many people, to share widely. And prosperous, meaning having success, usually associated with getting money. I am back on page 8 of the DBQ packet, and I have highlighted my text. And I use different colors in order to kind of compare things that are not valued, like in green, not valued in Daoism, and kind of the cause of those things. And then in pink are the things that are clearly valued in Daoism. Do not exalt the worthy, and the people will not compete. Do not value goods that are hard to come by, and people will not steal. Do not display objects of desire, and the people's minds will not be disturbed. Govern the state by correctness. Deploy the army by deception. Acquire the empire by taking no action, which is wuxi. How do I do this so? By this, inner reflection. The more prohibitions there are in the world, the poorer are the people. The more sharp weapons the people have, the more disorder is fomented in the family and state. The more adroit and clever men are, the more deceptive things are brought forth. The more laws and ordinances are promulgated, the more thieves and robbers there are. Therefore, the sage says, a sage is a wise person, the sage says, I do nothing, wu wei. And the people are transformed by themselves. I value tranquility, just calmness. So I value tranquility, and the people become correct by themselves. I take no action, wu shi, and people become prosperous by themselves. I have no desires, and the people themselves become like uncarved wood. Within these excerpts of the book, you can see that within Daoism, they sees a cause and effect between certain regulations, and if you do certain things, then this is the result. And the goal is to avoid disorder and to avoid stealing and avoid disturbance. And instead, by doing nothing and letting people kind of become who they are. So this, in contrast, will be something we've already started learning about legalism. So in Taoism, there's definitely an understanding that people are naturally good, because by letting them be, they will become prosperous and they will become correct. So now we're a little further down on page 8 to look at the document analysis questions, which again you will be submitting on Schoology. Question 1, how would a Taoist ruler manage their kingdom? 2, what is Laozi's attitude toward people? 3, in general, what influences people's behavior? 4, would you want to live in a society based on Taoism? Why or why not? Provide one example. So again, leading this, so based off of what you've read so far about Taoism and Confucianism, does it kind of help you lead towards, like, do you think that this type of society is beneficial? Is it helpful towards the people? And if yes, what evidence is there in the text that supports that? Or if no, what part of this society do you not think helps society and the people in it? So once you have submitted your answers, you are ready to move on to the final document analysis, and that's where I'm going now.